Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu, beloved friends and family. I'm really excited because we are about to do a very interesting live with my brother Idris from the I can never say this, guys, Naqshistore. He has this beautiful store in Glastonbury, which is like a treasure trove of incense and Turkish lamps and oud and different things. So I'm really excited, and bless him, the brother, mashallah, he sent me this beautiful box of goodies, as I showed you on Instagram a few days ago. And as we were talking about it, I was like, why don't we just go live so we can just have this conversation with everybody? Because he was telling me like different incense which does different things, and if you use this one, if you use that one. Super exciting. So just waiting for a few more of you to jump on, and then we will ask brother Idris to join us. Where are people tuning in from right now? Where in the world are you all? Where are you joining me from? Salam alaikum tawbah. Yeah, where in the world are you guys? Where are people joining from? Please forgive my smudgy kohol. Columbus, Ohio, awesome. Okay, so our brother Idris, Dubai, mashallah, Seville, awesome. London, great, we've got a lot of people. Okay, so let me get brother Idris his request. So yeah, we're gonna just talk about incense. We're gonna burn some incense. Unfortunately you won't be able to smell it, but maybe you can just feel it. And we also have a special discount code for this live. So whoever's live, there's a special discount code. So if you do want to order from brother Idris, then you'll get a 10% discount as well, as a little gift from us to you. So let's bring brother Idris into the live. We are just waiting for him to join us.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Yourself?
Good, thank you. So I've lost the top of my head. Should I move backwards?
I don't know how that happens. It happens in life. It happens.
The head did, or maybe I should do it like this.
I'm frozen on my side. I don't know what I'm appearing like on your side.
Fine. I can see you. I can see you clearly.
Yeah,
you're not frozen for me. Can you hear me?
Don't know where's best. Then maybe there. Yeah, man. It's nice to finally see you. Hope you're well. Hope family's good. Everybody too.
Everyone's good. How about we start by you showing us around your shop? Let's have a look at.
Yes.
Let's have a look at the store.
It's changed a lot since you were last here. How long has it been since you were here?
About almost 2 years ago.
Well, it's a long time. It's a long time. Let me see. So this is from literally the front door. You come in. If you turn right, see the buskers outside. Lights since you were last here. A lot more lights since you were last here.
Lovely.
Waiting for a delivery stage. So this shelf's normally rammed.
Yeah.
Lots of incense. Lots. I mean, like lots. We stock about 90 something or maybe nearly 100 incense.
Wow.
So that's, and all at the back here. This is all oud, wood, and royal green frankincense, and oud, attar,
Wow.
fresh coffee, more lights, lamps. So it's not the best camera job in the world, hence I'm not a cameraman. Give you an idea. Coffee. Place is a bit of a mess. I didn't have as much time as I thought I would to prep for this.
No problem.
Trying to think.
And you also
tea I've just shown you. This is perfumes, overflow of tea. And this is for you, Sukina. This is where we normally do.
It's frozen a little bit. I don't know if it's me or if it's. Can you guys? Is it frozen for you too? People watching it, is Idris frozen for you, or can you see it? Can you see him? I feel like I've lost Idris still. Is it, or is he frozen? Okay, I think he's frozen, but maybe he'll come back. Okay, cool. So his shop is in Glastonbury. Some of you might know of Glastonbury. It's famous for the festival, but it's actually like a very beautiful city that is quite known for like alternative lifestyles. It's quite it's a city that has a lot of folklore and mythology, and it's a very open-minded new age kind of city as well. So me and my husband went there to celebrate our anniversary, and that was the first time I went to the Naqshistore. And yeah, it's amazing. So let's get him back in to the live.
Hello, Sally.
Salam. I think maybe when you went to the back of the store, it started to get a bit frozen. So maybe we'll stay at the front.
Yeah, we'll just stay here. So from behind the counter, this is what it looks like basically. This is all incense.
Beautiful.
Like, it has changed a lot in a couple of years. I think when you came down, when we just relocated to this location. This is about 50 loose teas, and then we've got, this is all oud.
Amazing. So since we're looking at oud and incense, why don't we just jump in with first? Let's put some incense on the coal. I'm conscious that my coal is gonna lose heat. So what should we start with? You know what you sent me, so what should we?
Well, first of all, I would always say that, you know this, I'm going to say this if you don't know, so forgive me.
Yeah.
I had telling you how to suck egg. When you light your charcoal, it's really, really important that you make sure it's fully lit. Some people wait until it's all gone, it's gone grey, it's gone different colours. Me personally, I'm not that, maybe I'm not that much of an expert yet, I don't know. But me personally, once it's red, I'm cool. It's nice and easy for customers to remember. When the charcoal's all red, it's ready. So my charcoal's been lit now for, I think, 20 minutes. If I show you that.
Yeah.
So the charcoal lasts about half an hour. We say 20 to 30 minutes, but it's about half an hour. But if I show you, if I just knock the side off so you can kind of see how much is burned away in 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, some people love this charcoal, this grey, because they say that it stops the incense getting burnt so quickly. It's not so high temperature. It's tomatoes, you know, it's personal preference. That's my my thing with that one. Which agarwood did we send you again?
You sent me two actually, but I have this one, the Vietnamese one, and
Yep.
I have wild sabah.
Yeah, well, so they're both really good. So we start with the the Vietnam A.
Okay.
So we stock that. This is a plantation oud. So they've planted these trees maybe 15, 20 years ago. They've then drilled from the top of the tree down systemically, I think I'm saying that right, all the way down. Then they infect it with a particular concoction that they won't share with you. But in a nutshell, I have it written on the wall. What it is agarwood. That it's formed in the heart of the aquilera trees when they become infected with a type of mold called Phyllophora parasitica.
Right.
Now, don't ask me to say that again because it's not easy. Being dyslexic, those kind of words are a tongue twister. Basically, what happens is the tree gets infected. Now, if it's plantation or wild, it's the same thing. When it becomes infected, the tree goes, I'm not having any of this, and fights back, just like our own body. The antibodies attack it, and slowly the tree dies around the infection. And then you will come along, hopefully it's not glass, and he will know by banging the tree exactly how far the tree's on. Now, it's very precious, so they don't let it get a bit infected, then leave it. They leave it for years, knowing that it's maturing, and when it's absolutely at the brim, then they'll fell it. Then they will take, bear with me, I'll give you an example. Yes. So this one I didn't, so this is a Laos AAA. Hopefully you can see this. Can you, I don't know how well the camera's, can you see the kind of chisel marks on it?
Yeah.
When it's there, can you see the ridges?
Yep.
That's where they've taken a chisel that's no thicker than this, maybe 2-3 mil, and scrape by scrape, they're taking all of the wood off that's not got any agarwood in. All that wood that comes off then becomes, the low quality becomes used for blends and stuff like this. The really precious stuff like this, obviously then gets sent out to whoever's willing to pay for it, to put it bluntly.
I'll definitely. Mhm.
I'm going to find you. I'm just going to show you one before we
Yeah.
put that on. That's a bit more easier to see the difference. So this is a good example. Can you see?
Mm.
It's a really weird thing to look at, especially on camera. But basically, if I get this right, there we go. So that's where the infection was, and the
Right.
trees then attacked it. And then see if I can get this so you can see it. Sorry, it's not the best thing. Can you see the chisel marks?
Yeah.
So that's where they've sat and taken all the wood off. And then you get pieces like this. You see?
Mm.
Can you see the kind of colours?
Mm.
So the Chinese class. I've got to remember that you're on the phone and not a customer in front of me, which means that when I turn around and I'm talking, you can't hear me. The Chinese class agarwood as a heart medicine because it's from the heart of the tree.
Whilst
So
you're
it's very
can I start
no,
burning?
not yet, not yet,
Oh
not
my
yet. This,
god, my coal's gonna die. Okay.
your call's fine. Your call's fine. Don't worry, don't worry. It'll make it. So the reason why I'm telling this before I put it on is because when you know a little bit about it, when you put it on, you really understand. There's when you first smell it, if you pay attention, it goes and it's as if it goes into your thighs, into the ground. You're really earthed. But if you pay attention, there's a release, a gentle release, like a balancing. So the Chinese would say, you know, the yin and yang, there's a perfect balance. For us, we say that we become, how you say from Sufi tradition, you become balanced. If you're craving sugar, then you're too spiritual. If you're craving salt, then you're too earthy. So you should be just in. So let me get a piece of this out. If you put your piece on,
Yeah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And if I do this so people can see, I'll turn my camera on because I'm doing silly things like this.
Okay, I've also got mine. Can you see?
So the Wael Subi, the translator for Habib Ali Jeffrey, Allah bless him, when he comes, he says the sunnah is you grab it with your left hand and three times or odd number with your right hand.
So you wave it to yourself with your right hand or your left hand?
That's it. No, so like this. See, sunnah is hold left hand and right hand, odd number 3, 5, 7 letters. Now the trick is when you burn it and you breathe it in is the more fine-tuned you become as a habit, the more you can pay attention to the other things that are happening. You'll when you're smelling that, you'll be able to smell notes of raspberry, like evergreen, oak moss, sandalwood.
I don't think my nose is as sophisticated as yours yet, but
it will get there. It'll get there. But what you do is initially, what you do is you look for you try to find certain notes. So when you're smelling it, can you smell like a toffee kind of treacle sweet notes?
I can smell like a sweet note, yeah.
But now try to pair it with a food group. Like try to find something. Do you know like a woody raspberry aroma would be? Can you smell that?
I can smell. Okay, what can I smell? Let me just be honest. I don't want to be like, yeah, I can smell it when I can't really. Let me think. There's something fruity. I definitely can smell fruity.
So associate it. Really try to find that it reminds you of, whether it's a cookie that your mum made, whether it's leather from the belt of your dad. Hopefully not.
I don't want to like get like smoke, like over smoke.
Yeah, you go. That's the other thing. You're not breathing it in like a firefighter. You're not going and then coughing. It's a gentle thing. You know, you don't dive into the deepest ocean without practice and expect to survive. You've got to take it nice and easy. And each time you start to appreciate it. So with that one, it's a very good oud. We sell that at £3 a gram. Which is really good for a plantation oud actually, but you get a lot for your money. So the reason why I'm mentioning the price is because some of them, like this is that one, you can see the difference, the back of it compared to the front.
Yeah.
So that's the resin content. So this is £3 a gram. We go all the way up to £20 a gram, but you can go thousands and thousands of pounds for agarwood easily and not break a sweat. I would pass out, but some people do it without breaking a sweat. Where did you get your burner from?
1 second. So yeah, I want to respond. This is actually my husband brought this. So he got it. I think in Shepherd's Bush in London. He's very good taste actually. He actually purchased this pretty burner. Where we are in Shepherd's Bush, there's loads of like East African shops. So they obviously have like really beautiful burners in our neighborhood. So yeah. But I'll find out and I'll let you know. Okay. Good.
So,
I'm really intrigued. Is there anything from the Sufi tradition or the Islamic tradition that mentions specifically agar wood, or is there something that or even if it's not necessarily hadith, things that you've heard your shuyukh say about the significance of this type of wood?
I was once told when Nabi Adam alayhi salatu wasalam was instructed to leave the Garden of Paradise, that he was allowed to take a certain amount of things with him, you know, but on the condition he had to ask the consent, had to ask permission of them. And when he went to the Ud tree, he said, will you come? And he said, yeah, oh Prophet of Allah, you are beloved to Allah, I will go whatever you like. And then a voice came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the tree and said, oh agarwood tree, you must know, as your aroma permeates every corner of paradise, you must know that in dunya, in the worldliness, that you will, in the earthly world, that in order to get your smell, it will have to be distilled, it has to be smashed, it has to be crushed, it has to be burned. And it's for the beloved of Allah except. So I like that.
Oh, I think I actually heard that one as well. I'd read that too, actually.
Okay.
About this, I'd read something. Yeah, that's so fascinating. So people are asking questions about what's good to burn whilst making dhikr. So what I was thinking is that the first part will kind of just burn different resins and different things. I'm currently burning agarwood Vietnam A. So in the second part we can have Q&A. So we can have a bit, if that's okay. So we'll just flow through, and the second part we'll do Q&A. Yeah, is that okay with you?
Cool. That's cool by me. There's a couple of bits I literally typed in on Google because we've been joking about me blagging through this for about a week or so now. And my wife's on, so she'll testify to this. Time just went away from me today. I have not had any prep time. I'm hoping nobody throws me a curveball question. So I just quickly typed in benefits of burning agarwood, benefits burning sage, things like this on Google. And actually that's really good because it means that it's easily accessible by quite a lot of people. One of the things that came up was, 1 second, let me just clean it. So somebody described it on here as having a combination, the description of ambergris and sandalwood. And you can't substitute it with most things. So that was one thing. The other thing they just said in one phrase was aloes wood, which is another name for agarwood, is usually used in incense of protection, consecration, success, prosperity, things like this. So that was quite nice. Bear with me, sorry. There's two bits here that's actually quite nice. So it says agarwood is the ultimate destination of sacred aroma used since the archaic times. That's not bad for me to say that this time. Archaic times for attaining clarity of mind, enlightenment, and inner peace, essential for realizing and reaching divinity through meditation. It is known as agur kul Ayurveda, in Ayurveda, sorry, and is recommended in the treatment of neuromuscular conditions. Can't say that word, so I'm going to skip it. Anemia, halitosis, impotence, blood impurities, urinary infections, ingestion, skin problems, and bedwetting, and the list goes on.
So
not normally. Sorry.
I said so. Basically everything.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think I get a lot of people in the shop where they come in and say, "Have you got something for emotional trauma? Have you got something for this happened or that happened, or protection or renewing?" To be honest, may Allah forgive me if I'm wrong. From how I understand it, incense is a bit like a steak knife and a butter knife. They will both cut steak. They will both cut bread. They will both spread butter. But one will destroy your bread rather than spreading the butter, and one you'll take a month or Tuesdays to be able to cut the steak. So things like Myrrh is really good for getting rid of negativity and earthing. Frankincense.
Let's go to the myrrh then, shall we? The things that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
talk
cool.
about, let's burn them so we can have a bit of a reference as we
Yeah,
go.
let me grab it.
This is, I have some myrrh here. It's quite a stiff, a strong, this is what it looks like. How do you break it? Really, really hard.
Yeah, you have to take a run and jump with high heels on. Could you imagine? I've had some funny customers over the years where I've said funny things like that, and they're like, "Really?" and the friends are stuck with them going,
No, dude.
You can hit it with the back of a spoon and it breaks really easy. Some people do exactly what you just tried doing, biting it. It's brittle. Look, this is a very small piece.
Yeah.
It breaks.
Yeah, I broke a piece off.
Yeah, yeah. Myrrh, when you burn it, pay attention. It's got a very earthy tone. I've never come across anything that smells like myrrh.
Can I put it on?
Yeah, go for it, man. You don't need my consent. It's only agarwood.
So listen, you see, you know, obviously in the Christian tradition, they say that, you know, the wise men came with myrrh and what have you. Whether that's true or not, what's the significance of myrrh on a kind of, why would if it was folklore, for example, let's say,
You know, one of the things that our sheikh, our teachers of tariqah, the way, which for those that don't know, may Allah forgive me if I'm wrong, is a way back to Allah in the best of conditions, not in the best of status. You don't come as a baby and leave as a baby. You should come as a baby and keep flowering and keep getting better. So you see how that has kind of, it's not mentally, but it's very earthy at the same time. But it's nearly intoxicating. It has a way of just all of a sudden making you still.
It's kind of crackling. Are you hearing it? Is it supposed to be crackling? It's like making a crackly. It's stopped now.
No, I think you're making it up.
It's like snap.
Yeah, it does. Sometimes they do. Sometimes it's heating it so fast that the top's still solid and it cracks.
Yeah. Okay.
So, regarding I've lost my train of thought.
Yeah, just the properties and spiritual significance of it. You're talking about we come as
Yes.
we return as we keep flowering, you said.
So you see what you're doing naturally from your tradition. You see how you're putting it around your clothes. You're wafting, even when you're wafting it on yourself. Actually, you don't need to waft it on yourself to smell it. You can only smell it. It's quite easy to smell from 10 meters away. You could smell it. Yeah. But we naturally, our soul wants us to put it on the body. It cleanses. It protects. I like that word when we say about scents, that we say that it envelopes you. You know, it doesn't just cover you. It contains you, and that's beautiful. Is it the Chinese? I think it's the Chinese. They burn prayers at funeral, and then they say that the smoke carries the prayers. Wow. And there's a tradition that Ma'abuji once gave. Allah bless him. He said that I heard him say it to a customer of his. He said in a Sufi tradition, he says if you Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. He says Allah Almighty creates a special angel that roams the earth, looking only for one thing, and it's his sole job to find the incense smoke. And when he finds it, he carries it to the highest heaven. Now, I don't care the authenticity of that. I think that is amazingly romantically beautiful. It's just you know, it's a bit like Ali Keela, Sheikh Ali Keela. I'll pray for him, inshallah. He had a mini stroke recently. He said if I remember, Allah forgive me if I say this wrong. It says you call the Quran a kitab, a book, until you read it. When mishab, I can't, my brain. Mushaf, thank you, mushaf, and it becomes the living word of Allah when you recite it, and it gives you a different dimension. Now going back to the three wise men. Yes, sorry.
Talia, what did you want him to repeat? What was it that you wanted him to repeat? Sorry, yeah, continue, please.
So the three wise men, the three kings, you know, for sure, holy ones of some sort.
Yeah.
I don't think they were Snow White like me, though, personally. Not from not from those regions, anyway. Um, and I don't, as far as I know, Europe doesn't produce frankincense and myrrh, so they must have made a proper trip to Asda on the way. Um, Starfler. Basically, one of the things about Tasawwuf our way is that accept good from wherever it comes. So
Mm.
when we're open to learning, Allah just keeps giving. On every horizon there is signs unto my believers. And a customer came in and said to me once, this is years ago, and they said, do you know why they brought the gifts, gold, gold, frankincense, and myrrh? And I said, because they were high value. He said, yes, this is one thing, but actually there's more to it. And I kind of paused. I had to bite myself. I had to, you know, because you always want to learn that if you don't bite your lip, you continue to talk. And he said they came as a test. They tested Prophet Isa alayhi salam, Jesus Christ, God bless his soul. He said, if he'd have chose, let's see if I can get this right, if he chose gold, indicated gold, it would have been an indication that he was going to be a sultan, a king. But if put it on the hard surface and tap it.
Okay. Carry on. I'm gonna do it on the floor so I don't make too much noise. But I'm listening. Carry on.
Yeah, it's cool, it's cool. So if he'd have chose gold, it would have indicated he was going to be a king, a sultan, like this.
Yeah.
If he'd have chosen myrrh, it would have been like how you say, like for the hereafter. I'm struggling to remember today. But if he'd have chosen frankincense, he would have been a priest, a rabbi, you know, this kind of thing. But Allah inspired him to indicate all three. So it's really nice. But if you look at all of them have. You know, I went to Damascus. I was very fortunate in 2004 on the way to Umrah, and 2008 from Cyprus. And wallahi, when you go to Damascus, may Allah bring peace there soon, inshallah. It's one of those places when you go, you leave your heart there. You know, people say, oh, my heart's in Medina. I've been to both. Each place rips something from you in a beautiful way. And that ripping leaves something really hungry inside you to go back. But the reason why I mentioned Damascus is because I always said to people, wallahi, Allah is my witness, if you want to find dunya, you will find it everywhere. More dunya you've seen anywhere in your life, worldliness, and you'll be satisfied, and you can keep eating every shop, and you'll never be in a happier place. But wallahi, if you're looking for spirituality, you go a meter or half meter, there's a Sahaba, another one an Awliya, another one, you know, it's like this. And the nearest place I found like that in this world that I visited is Istanbul. So subhanallah, it's with these three blessed gifts, they're indicating they're a test for them, but they have a monetary value that if somebody abuses, they will get far or do what they need to do, and accordingly they will take. But if they take it for Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, if they look for spirituality aside of it, frankincense being of heavenly and bringing the angels, and myrrh bringing earthly, you can see. And then the gold, even the Sahabas used to suck on pieces of gold. You know, because there's minerals in it you can't get. I didn't know that until maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So there's medicinal, there's spiritual, it's nice. Alhamdulillah.
And you know, subhanAllah, I'm smelling, I've burnt myrrh before, like I brought it before, but not like this kind of really such a solid piece. And I've never smelled it, I've never experienced it smell so good as I am right now. It's like, it's a different, I've not smelled this particular fragrance. Like you said, it's like very earthy, but at the same time, it's really, I don't know, there's something kind of majestic about the smell.
Yes.
You know? It makes you feel like, it makes you feel upright. It makes you feel like if you walked into a space smelled like this, you would think that it's a place of prayer, a place of remembrance.
Yes.
That kind of invitation in a way. Like it makes you want to really perfume your place and get on the mat, you know.
Yeah, it straight away, it has that effect of putting you in the right frame of mind. Straight away. Sorry,
someone's asking, so we're burning myrrh right now. Myrrh, which is famous for being one of the gifts that in the Christian tradition they say was given to Christ, Jesus, Isa alayhi salam. So we're just talking a bit about that. So I think when we first had a conversation, Idris,
Yeah.
you mentioned burning frankincense and myrrh together, and that it's this kind of combination of heaven and earth. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes. I was told many years ago. Again, I haven't authenticated this, and to be honest, it's not something I'm going to make an illegal ruling on. So I'm not really worrying about it. But for what I was told is the Sahabas, you said you get the best of both worlds. So I'm going to light another charcoal. Mine's just burning out.
Smells so good. Oh. So where is this myrrh from?
That particular myrrh that you've got is we sell two. We sell two types. We have one from that's £5 for 40 grams, which is from Kenya, and then a better grade, which is what you're burning, which is £7 for 40 grams, which is from Somalia. And normally it's very, very difficult to get good quality myrrh at the moment. People are tending to these blessed places are tending to send the incense direct to places like Dubai and stuff like this, and then they're selling off in massive tons for people to make essential oils from it. And then whatever's left, if you're lucky, it might go somewhere else. So it really, really travels, which is good. But at the same time, it'd be nice if somebody could bring it directly in, rather than, you know. But to do that, last time somebody was asking me to buy from them wholesale, they wanted me to take something like 30 ton or something like this. Which is quite yeah. Can you imagine in my little shop? I would be selling, if I had the rizq to buy it, that's all I would sell for the rest of my life.
So people are asking some questions. We're going to inshallah answer the questions in the second part of our live. At the moment we're just kind of burning and smelling and stuff, so do keep your questions and we'll try to remember them too. But yeah, right now we're talking about myrrh. This is Somali myrrh. So is it also a resin, like a sap from a tree?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So if you most people don't understand it until you say like maple syrup. You literally they take off the first layer of bark, and then the tree starts to ooze, and then it will crystallize. This is for frankincense and myrrh. It kind of crystallizes in tears, and then they leave it so many months, and then they will come and collect it, and they know when they can tap it and when they can't, and how much to do it. To put it frankly, if they over tap it, they kill their own supply, you know. So it's cool. I've just lit another charcoal.